Good morning and welcome again to the athletics track. So I have no shoes to review at the moment, so I'm doing this, and also because Polar, again, what about trying to change up the exercises a little bit? Polar again is giving me the same training 3 weeks in a row, and so why not try a carbon shoe this time and compare it to a nylon plated shoe? So is weight more important, or does foam / carbon equal a better speed? That's what I want to see today. I'm changing up and then I'm gonna do the exact same training again. "45-minute session done again." It's a really good training, but I felt I got a little bit tired at the end. Must be a lot of speed workout the last couple of weeks. Oh, but it's going faster and faster. I think this one is faster, but we need to check the data because I think it's a lot closer than the last video. So I'm heading home, checking out the data, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, okay. So I'm back home. It's early morning next day because I shot the entire thing and it didn't work. That sucks. But I got my coffee, I got the shoes, and I'm ready. First, disclaimer, first coffee. This is not something scientific. It's just me having fun. It's just a fun way to see if there's difference between shoes. So if you want me to do something more scientific and get some buddies in that could help me do this a lot better, then I need a lot of likes on this video, like 500 likes. If I get 500 likes, I'll try to do the best I can to make this scientific with lactate tests and treadmill and the same environment and everything, so we can actually look at differences between shoes in a more precise way. But until I get 500 likes, I'm not going to put the money and the effort into actually doing this. Now, the shoes are a little bit different, and it's not only that they have a nylon plate and a carbon plate. So let's start with the speed. This one is the Power on PB foam. It has a nylon plate. It has 4mm drop. It has more stability in the heel, which is very essential, I think. It feels a little bit more firm when you run in it. And then you have the Fuel Cell TC, which is really soft and comfortable when you run in. It has less stability, especially around here, so you fall in a little bit. And it has 10mm of heel drop and a carbon plate, of course. The weights of these shoes are also a little bit different. This one is about 240 grams, a little bit less than that in my US 10.5. This one is almost 290 grams, so that's almost 50 grams in difference. So this one is a little bit heavier than this one. This one is almost the same weight as the Mizuno Rider Neo. So just think about that. So the differences between the shoes are quite large, and there are a lot of things that could actually be the reason why one is faster than the other. Take these results with a grain of salt. Let's have some coffee and look at the data. So again, I'm going to do the distance, the power, and the heart rate of each shoe and then compare them. So the speed, the distance that I ran in zone 3 was 3,180 meters and 3,160 meters in zone 4. The average power that I used in zone 3 was 431 and then 470 watts in zone 4. The average heart rate was 152 in zone 3 and then 168 in zone 4. So now that we got the speed out of the way, let's do the TC. So the distance traveled in zone 3 was 3,220 meters and in zone 4, 3,170 meters. The average power was 440 in zone 3 and then 473 in zone 4. So a little bit, tiny bit higher, just tiny bit. And the average heart rate was 154 in zone 3 and then 169 in zone 4. So again, a tiny bit higher. This test was a lot more similar than the last video we made. And that's because it was a really big leap between the Speed and the Sky 4. There's still a little bit of a leap here, but this one is a heavier shoe with a carbon plate and a lighter shoe with a nylon plate. The differences are really small, but the fun thing is that the differences are bigger when I'm running slower. And that's kind of weird, because I thought that carbon plates were beginning to really be good when you get faster and faster. But it seems like I get less out of them, and that means maybe that I'm bad at running fast? Or maybe that's the way it is. It's harder to get more when you run faster. I also exerted myself a tiny bit more in zone 3 with the fuel cell TC, and that might make the results a little bit bigger than it actually is. So now to the fun part. How many seconds faster is the fuel cell TC than the Saucony Speed in this test? Now in this test, the fuel cell TC is 4 seconds faster per kilometer in a slow pace in zone 3, but it's only 1 second faster in zone 4. If you look at that in the miles, then it's 6 seconds faster in zone 3 per mile, and then 2 seconds faster per mile in zone 4. So the differences are really tiny, and I think it's actually closer to 0. But if I want to do this correctly, then I need to do it on a treadmill with lactate, I think, just to make everything more similar so I can actually see which one that I run better in. And maybe I could check with somebody else as well, so we can get 2 people in on it. But for that to happen, I need a lot of likes from you guys. I just need to know that enough people want to see this for me to put in the effort that it needs. So put a like in, get 500, and I'll do my very best to make this a little bit more scientific and to actually see what the differences between shoes are. Because that's a lot of fun, I think. And then I can do this with a lot of different shoes. So I asked you guys on YouTube which shoe you thought I would be faster in, and a lot of you guys thought I would be faster in the Endorphin Speed. And I think that has to do with the weight and also the reputation the Speed has of being fast. But it seems that the lighter weight doesn't actually have that much to do if it's faster or not. And I think a lot of people think that lighter shoes are always faster. I think that's not the case, but you can also argue that these shoes are very similar, and in this test it's impossible to say which one is faster. 71% of you guys thought the Speed would be faster, and 29% thought the fuel cell TC would be faster. Anyways, that's it for this video. Which shoe do you like better? Do you like the soft and nice and fast TC, or the little bit more springy and firmer Speed? Write it in the comments down below. If you have any questions about the shoes, write them down there as well. Anyways, have a great day, have a fantastic run, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.